Today we're going to go through creating a product template using the Schema App Highlighter. So the page that I'm going to be marking up is a boot from Keen. And this is a representative of a number of other product pages that follow the exact same kind of format. So I'm just going to grab the URL here, copy it, create a template, paste in the URL, select the class, which is product, and then load the page. Now my page is loaded into the highlighter, and before I start marking it up, I'm going to ensure that I know what all of the required and recommended fields are in accordance with Google. So we recommend going into Google's documentation for their various features. Here's a page for product, and looking here, I can figure out what all of the guidelines are according to Google, and I can see which properties are required and which are recommended. So the first required property I'm going to grab is the name, which I can just select right here. Select the property name and save it. Next, I need to call out the image. So I'm going to select the image here. Brings me to a zoomed in version of the image, but that's okay because if I click again, the information I need is called out right here. So to connect it to the product, I'm going to select the image property. That image connects to an image object. And this particular piece of information is the URL of that image. Then we'll just hit save. To get back to the live page, I'm going to select click to navigate and exit out of this image. Next, it's required that you call out one of three items. It can be either review, aggregate rating, or offers. Of course, marking up all three is always better, but if you only manage to mark up one, you won't receive any errors. So I have the right information to mark up an offer. I have pricing information, I know the availability of the item, and I know the price currency that's being used. I also have an aggregate rating here, but I can't pull out the information because it's just an image of stars. There's no numerical value associated with it, so I'm just going to stick with marking up the offer for now. So the first thing I'm going to call out is, let's quickly switch back to highlight, is the price. So we connect this to offer by stating that the product offers an offer which has a price. Google states that you shouldn't include any ambiguous symbols like dollar signs. So in order to get rid of that, I'm going to go into Advanced, I'm going to add a filter, and I'm going to select After and tell it to take all the information that comes after that dollar sign. So now I'm just getting the numerical value that I want, and I can click Save. Next, I want to call out the price currency. So this is something that is fixed. It's not going to change from template to template. So I'm going to add a fixed property, state that the currency is US dollars. The ISO code for that is USD. And again, I have to connect it back to offer by way of offers. Select the offer class and select the price currency property. Next, I need to add the item availability. So this is another fixed property across all of their products. So for this, I'm actually going to grab the URL for in stock, which is an enumeration for item availability in the schema.org vocabulary. So I'm just going to copy this URL, paste it in here. Again, I have to connect it back to the offer. So the product offers an offer. So another recommended property we can call out is the brand. All of these shoes are provided by Keen. That's going to be the brand of all of these shoes. So we're going to link to an existing data item. Ideally, you would have already created a brand data item within the editor, and you can then link to it. So the property here is going to be brand. And the data item that we need is Keen. So I've already created it in the editor, so it's popping up for me when I make my search. And now I can save. Finally, we can also grab a description. I can select the description and hit save. So again, if you're able to call out aggregate rating information or review information, we highly recommend that you do that. It's always better to provide Google with all of the recommended properties if they exist on your page. If you can only fulfill one of them, that's okay too, but getting all three is ideal. So once this is all done, you can click Next, Create your page set, review your highlights and summary, and then publish your page so the markup can deploy. Thanks for watching.